Hey everyone, RogueGold here, and today we're doing a bit of a live commentary gameplay video, which is not my norm, so we'll see how it goes. I apologize in advance, but I've been away from the game for a few days, and just, the community in general. I've had a lot going on, but I'm back now, and there's been a lot going on in the game and the community in the past 24 hours. One big particular issue that a lot of people were encountering, as well as just some general discussion about, the next few months of what's going on with the game here. So I just wanted to quickly pop on, give you all the information that I know, keep you up to date, because I've been getting a lot of questions about that issue specifically. And then, like I said, we'll just have some quick game discussions. It should be a fun time. Let's get into it. So the big issue that started occurring yesterday that I'm sure many of you are aware of is that people were logging into the game and they were discovering that their premium credits, their textiles, and pieces of the new Shade Paragon apparel event were missing from their inventories and from their game entirely. Now, at first, everybody just assumed this was an issue on Massive's end, that it was just, one of the new bugs that had popped up in the game. What we since learned was that it was actually an issue that was occurring across multiple Ubisoft titles. I know Riders Republic was another one that was having an issue with some of their items or inventories disappearing. I don't know the full extent of the games that were affected or what the true issue was, but I can confirm that now, from the game themselves, they tweeted it a short while ago, that the issue has been fixed. I know not all of you stay up to date on everything on Twitter, so I just wanted to let everybody know that that issue has since been resolved, and if you are still encountering it in the game, then be sure to do a full restart, and it should all be sorted out. But of course, if you are still missing anything, reach out to Ubisoft support, reach out somewhere, and they should get that sorted out. But for the most part, it said that Ubisoft put out their official word that across all the games that were affected, that issue should be sorted out, so that's good news. And I know a lot of people are going to say, oh, it's just another bug in the history of the Division. I would say on this one occasion, you can probably cut the devs some slack because it seems like it was a greater Ubisoft server degradation issue rather than anything Massive inherently had a part in. So, good stuff there. But with that out of the way, I just wanted to quickly chat about some of the topics that arose from my recent November news preview breakdown video, which thanks so much to everyone who checked that out. I really enjoy doing those, just because it's, kind of my favorite thing to do is to keep up to date on the news and everything that's coming our way, and so I'm glad that a lot of you enjoy and appreciate those breakdowns. But basically, we talked about all the things that were coming up in November for the Division 2, the important ones was that the Season 11 PTS should be on its way. Again, that's if Season 11 is still going to drop in December. And that's kind of the big question. A lot of people are very dubious that that is going to make its deadline. They think it's going to be delayed. And I can't say, I fault you at all for having that skepticism because we haven't heard anything from the devs about it. And it would seem like they're behind on schedule. All of these issues keep cropping up, and it happened in TU15 as well. TU16 and Season 10 released later than it originally intended, and I can't say for sure that was because of stuff that happened in TU15, but Season 10 was pretty content light, right? So there weren't really that many things that could have held up development as far as actual new content, because it was just the 2 new legendary missions, and by the time we got to the PTS, those seem pretty sorted out. So, of course, again, I'm not a developer. I don't know all the intricacies of game development, and I don't claim to, but it would seem that their content production timeline keeps getting delayed by, a week here, 2 weeks there, just from these issues that they're having. And in a way, that's to be expected. I know a lot of people are going to be very frustrated by that, and that's totally understandable and acceptable, but if I had to guess at this point, I would say that Season 11 is probably not going to come in December. I think it'll probably come in the first bit of January. We don't have official word on that yet. I certainly hope I'm wrong. I've got to get the chest here for the exotic component. I hope that I'm wrong. I want Season 11 as soon as possible. I want to check out Descent. I want to get those PvP changes that we know they're working on. But yeah, until we hear more about that, that's just going to be my guess and my inclination. Until we get further details. This guy's going to run Foundry and flag on me in the back. So, that is the latest on the Season 11 PTS. My thoughts on it, again, very much hope that we get word on that soon. Even if it is delayed, I just want to know. I don't want to go in expecting that it's going to come in December just to hear at the last minute, oh, it's actually coming out like a month later. That would not be very fun. So, whatever the delay is, whatever the situation is, I just hope to get an update soon. And of course, I will let you all know as soon as I have that. Another big one that I wanted to at least lightly touch on, though, was the ETF. And I know I mentioned that in that last video, but what's going on with it? And, I always hesitate to bring that up a lot because I feel like a lot of people just assume that the ETF is a very, content creator ego stoker program, and I understand why that's the conception from back in the day. I don't really think that's that much of the case anymore because I think they do invite a lot of people from the community, but my overall point with it is I was excited by the fact that they said PvP was getting its own dedicated team, that they were actually going to start trying to improve the PvP experience in the Division 2. That makes me super happy, and I really look forward to whatever those changes may be. But again, like I said in that news preview video, they said that the ETF was supposed to start up, or they were going to announce the selection and the members concurrently with the release of Season 10. That was on September 13th. We're now in November, and we haven't heard a single peep about what the status and the update on that is. And I'm just like, well, what's going on with it? It's clear to me at this point that whatever impact the ETF members may have had on Season 11 is probably going to be pretty minor. Again, even if it comes out in January and the ETF happens, let's say, most optimistically mid-November, there's not that much significant feedback that could really be implemented in that short of a timeline window. There's some, absolutely, but again, it's kind of the case with like 1.5 way back in the day if you played Division 1, that because 1.4 came in the middle and kind of shoehorned their timeline a bit, Season 5's, or 1.5's PTS got very rushed, and the update because of it kind of launched with some issues because they just didn't have time to test stuff. And I'm not saying that's going to be the real case with the ETFs because it's kind of a different situation, but my point is, if they don't give it enough time, there's not that much that can really be done or implemented. So maybe now more of that impact will happen with the start of Year 5, the commencement there, Season 12, whatever that is. Hey, exotic component, let's go. But yeah, that's really my point about that. I really do think that the ETF is a positive program that can have a really good impact on the game. I saw that happen back in Div 1 when I didn't have a channel, when I was just a player. That was my thought then. So I really hope that this new Foxtrot team does work out, that they're having PvE and PvP teams is a positive new improvement. And again, whenever that does start up, I look forward to it. And I hope we hear about that soon. Overall, I think it's really time for us to get another kind of update, a roadmap on not just the Division 2, but the whole universe, what the status of Resurgence's test is, what the next steps are with Heartland, since we've heard really nothing official on it since the update we got at Ubisoft Forward in September. You know, back in July when they dropped that roadmap out of nowhere, it was like hell yeah, that's kind of the stuff that we've been needing. And I think now that we're several months removed from that and we now have all these questions about the next things coming up, it would really be a great time for us to get another update similar to that. So that's about all I had to say, everybody. I often tend to ramble a lot when I go off script, and so I don't want to keep this video going too long. Just wanted to give you an update on the issues with people losing their apparel and premium credits and textiles and all of that. The issue should be resolved. Just do a relog if you're still experiencing, and that should be all fixed up. And then, you know, additionally, like I said, just wanted to chat a bit about the state of the game, what we can expect in the coming weeks and months here following my news preview breakdown video. So I very much hope you enjoyed, and I would love to hear all of your thoughts on any and all of those topics in the comments down below. Thank you all so much for watching. Give a like if you enjoyed this video, and be sure to subscribe with notifications on so you can be updated every time I upload. As I said, any and all of your thoughts, leave them below. Any questions you have, any updates on particular issues, I would love to share any of the information that I have with you if you're wondering about anything. Also, let me know what you think of this live commentary format. Again, not something I typically do, but if you enjoy it, if you thought this was all right, then who knows? Maybe I could do more of it in the future. As always, love your feedback on any of that stuff, and I appreciate you watching. That's going to do it for me today, everybody. Once again, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day, and until the next one, guys, RogueGold out.